Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video. And today we're talking about the Imperial forces in 3¾ scale for the Battle for Endor. Lots of awesome figures for Battle for Endor. Not quite as much or quite as extensive as with, the Ewoks and the Rebels and the Rebels Troopers and all the various faces thereof. With the Empire, it's much more simple. It's much more streamlined because, well, simply, it's all you really need are biker scouts, regular stormtroopers, ATSTs, ATSD drivers, some Imperial officers, some Imperial fleet troopers, or naval troopers, and the Endor bunker playset. And an AT-AT. That's really all you need for your 3¾ scale display, or collection. There are various versions of biker scouts. There's various versions of Imperial stormtroopers going all the way back to the carded days of Power of the Force 2, all the way up to current in the vintage collection, with the exception of the biker scout. To my knowledge, the biker scout still to this day does not have a single carded vintage collection release, which is kind of crazy. But a lot of figures do. There's various stormtroopers even within the vintage collection. There's various stormtroopers throughout. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the biker scout, because the biker scout's of course iconic. The first modern release of the biker scout's actually going to be this one right here, with the original Power of the Force 2 release of the speeder bike. Now this was an updated plastic and paint release of the original vintage one back in the 80s, and it's still just like the old one, blows apart. Now he can't quite stand up straight, not correctly at least, but I mean, it's not a bad figure. It's perfect for having on a speeder bike. Now, of course, we have on the other side of the spectrum, you have the absolute best version of a biker scout with the best version of the speeder bike. This is the most screen accurate speeder bike released to date so far, to go along with your Endor diorama, whatever. What's also cool about this one, it even comes with a stand, shows off the engine underneath the hood. You get a fully articulated biker scout. You get a mounted blaster cannon as well. This is the absolute best version, and then this is the first modern version. And then on the other side of that, we have right here the Ripcord speeder bike that we got in 96, 97. That came out right after this one. This one is actually a little bit more difficult to find just because of the unique play feature. This was kind of one of those that kind of sat on shelves just because, as much as it does have some playability with the launching forward mechanic, it's not very screen accurate, of course, and you can't take the figure off of the speeder bike. So this one wasn't as sought after at the time, but is more sought after now by collectors. The first single-carded biker scout to be released was in the Power of the Jedi collection. That was the first one to be released. And then, of course, we've had others released. For example, in Trilogy collection, we got a single-carded release of the biker scout. We got an updated, more articulated one on that pre-vintage collection-looking packaging in the, I believe, Saga card. And that one was fully articulated. We've also had legacy releases that are fully articulated. There's versions where the visor comes up. There's versions where the helmet comes off. There's lots of different biker scouts to choose from. There's even a rebel in biker scout disguise. But moving on from that, we also have ATSTs. You got your ATSTs. You need your ATST drivers. Well, we have the very first modern ATST driver released on Power of the Force 2 card. There he is. He's got 5 points of articulation. The first modern ATST, of course, was released in 95, 96 in the red Power of the Force 2 box, and it was just an updated plastic version of the original ATST from back in the 80s. We got that version right here as well in the Power of the Jedi. It's got some updated paint apps. It does not come with a driver. This one does not come with a driver, but it does come with an Ewok, an exclusive Ewok at the time, Poplu, on the speeder bike. So you get both an ATST and a speeder bike, so there's a lot of value in this pack right here. Flash forward a lot, and you get up to Legacy Collection, where we get a fully articulated ATST. with a fully articulated ATSD driver. This thing has the open viewports, the opening hatch, has double seats so you can sit 2 ATSD drivers in there, a swappable cannon so you can blast missiles with it. This thing is really, really awesome. It is the best version. Now, there are multiple releases of this, including in the Vintage Collection packaging. I believe it was a Kmart exclusive, along with, ironically enough, a 2-pack of ATST drivers that you could have gotten to go with that ATST on the side. So at Kmart, they had this awesome 2-pack right here. Got you the ATST driver and the ATST gunner. Now, I do believe here pretty soon in the Vintage Collection, if not already, we are getting a new ATST driver on single vintage card, which looks really, really awesome. And here we have, you're going to need your Imperial officers to go, you rebel scum. And you're going to need your stormtroopers as well. And like I said, there's lots and lots and lots of different stormtroopers. There are so many stormtroopers, but the first and best stormtrooper, and in fact, it was so good that it was used several times over the years. Various repaints. Lots of different troopers were made out of the stormtrooper. Fully articulated, removable helmet. Really cool. And then, of course, you've got various versions of Imperial officers. Now, the first modern, just regular Imperial officer was released in the Power of the Jedi carded toy line as well. Then we got one in the Attack of the Clones carded toy line, and then later they were reissued on the 2007 Saga Legends portion of the 30th anniversary carded toy line. There are multiple variants throughout with various eye color, hair color to kind of mix and match the various Imperial officers that you can have in your display. And then, of course, the specific U Rebel Scum Imperial officer was the one released in the Shield Generator Assault Battle Pack. And last but not least, one of the most awesome battle packs that you could get for your Attack on Endor display or defensive Imperial Bunker display, if that's what you're trying to go for, is the Battle for Endor, Battle on Endor, something like that, battle pack from 30th anniversary in a big window bubble. Came with an awesome ATSD, one of these ATSDs specifically. Came with the logs to smash the ATSDs together, which so cool. Came with a unique Imperial ATST driver. Came with some biker scouts. I think came with some stormtroopers and Ewoks and rebel troopers. All kinds of cool stuff in that battle pack as well. And then the only other thing you need to round out your set is the Power of the Force Endor Bunker playset, which really awesome. Something I think could use an awesome update sometime in the near future. Hopefully, with Hasbro doing all these really cool diorama pieces in the Vintage Collection, maybe that one's on the to-do list, because we have the Tantive Hallway for A New Hope. We have the Carbon Freezing Chamber for Empire Strikes Back. We're skipping over Jedi for now, and we're getting the Cantina at Navarro for The Mandalorian. So hopefully there's a really cool Return of the Jedi one planned. Probably the reason it got skipped is because we're coming really close up to the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi here up in 2023. So I have a feeling we're about to see a bunch of new Return of the Jedi themed stuff, maybe a lot of new Endor themed stuff for Vintage Collection fans in the future. Guys, what did you think? Which one is your favorite biker scout? What's your favorite version of the speeder bike? What was your first speeder bike, or what was your first ATST? Was it the awesome, fully articulated one, or was it the classic mold from back in the day? Which one was it? What's your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the forums. And let us know what your favorite trooper is for the Battle of Endor. Stay tuned for more RebelScum.com content. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. Go to RebelScum.com daily for all kinds of new posts, news, articles, all kinds of things. And make sure you go to RebelScumShop.com for all kinds of exclusive, awesome Rebel Scum merch. And that's it for today. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you later. We'll see you another time. May the Force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.